What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this one, I'm going to be reviewing none other than Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man. You know, it's a crying shame that this guy has to be called Miles Morales in order for you to really understand and know who you're talking about. Like, you just can't call him Spider-Man. No one's out here calling him Spider-Man. Now, in his own book, yes. In his own game, yes. Now, because they're like phasing him out to where, you know, phasing Peter Parker out to where this guy is like the main Spider-Man. I didn't play Spider-Man 2, but I heard about it, and it's pretty much how it was going. But this dude is called Miles Morales Spider-Man. He is rarely called just Spider-Man. When Peter Parker is around, he is Spider-Man. Even in his own movie Spider-Verse, he's called Miles or Spider-Man, but then when Peter Parker shows up, it's like they just stop calling him that or what have you. It's a shame, man, because everybody else that is like in the Spider family, they got their name way faster. Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider, right? Silk, she got her name faster than this guy. He's still called Miles Morales, yet they still got their own code names. It's crazy, man. Matter of fact, the Disney Junior show, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, they handled this thing in the first episode. They said, all right, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm Spidey. Hey, I'm Spidey too. Well, we can't do that. And of course, Ghost Spider's in there too. So she said, I'm Ghost Spider. So she was set. She had nobody to compete with. But Miles and Peter, they both had the same name. So they said, all right, well, I'm going to call myself Spidey, Peter. And Miles, he calls himself Spin. So in the Disney Junior show, they handled the whole issue of him not having his own name. And they're calling him Spin. Get it, spin web, but it really wasn't because he can spin webs. It was because he did a cool spin move in the air. Either way it goes, it's a cool name for him. So I call him Spin. No, I don't call him Miles Morales Spider-Man. I mean, I'll do that for everybody else. But when I see him, I say that's Spin. Because that's an actual name for him. That doesn't have to have anything to do with Peter Parker. Because when Peter Parker shows up, you're thinking about Spider-Man. When you're thinking about Spider-Man, you don't think of Miles. Like, yeah, I got a Spider-Man figure. You're thinking exactly about Peter Parker. You're not saying, oh, I'm thinking about Miles. We're not there yet. We're not there yet to where folks are just automatically just going with Miles before they go with Peter. It's just not. But anyway, he has gotten the respect, man. In his Spider-Verse movies and everything, he has gotten the respect. And for those of you thinking that Riri Williams is going to get the respect, it's going to be a long, long time before she gets that because they are not doing anything with that girl. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this figure. So it comes with that little book right there, the Spider-Man book. This is like his first book, I believe, where he first got the name Spider-Man or being called Spider-Man in his own book because he's from the Ultimate series. I think I might bring the Ultimate one out. Because when he died, that's when Spider-Man took over, or Miles Morales took over in 2014. So let's take him out and let's see what we got. Because I was looking at some videos and saw that this guy right here, his articulation rivals the Maximum Profit Spider-Man. So we're going to take him out and have some fun. Let's do this. All right, so here he is out of the packaging, and he looks good, but I did not realize how short he was. Dude is really short. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull out another Ultimate Series character, Ultimate Spider-Man. So you see, looks like they both fit, as far as the Ultimate Spider-Mans are concerned, they both fit size-wise. I mean, he's a little taller. Peter is a little taller, than Miles Morales. But it's okay because Miles is younger. Right? And, I mean, does he have to be that much taller? Forgive that. All right, so there he is. Does he have to be that much taller? I don't know. But there it is. And I went ahead and put the helmet on, or not the helmet, but the mask on for dramatic effect there. We'll take a look at his face again. But, yeah, these two fit. And while we're here, let's go ahead and get him out the way. And while we're here, we're going to take a look at somebody else. Let's take a look at this guy, Spider-Verse. Way taller. Spider-Verse is way taller than Ultimate. Not sure what that's about, but again, it's the Ultimate series. I didn't like realize how short he was. Matter of fact, let's take this off because you'll really get a grasp of it by showing his actual skin, showing his face. Boom. Look how short he is. That's crazy. Like when I saw him, I was like, man, is this midget Miles? What's going on? And that's how he looks. Come out. This is, see that? No, I'm not gonna say that. Like this man he just, I don't know. His growth got stunted just a tad bit. That's what it looks like. But I mean, it looks good though. No, with these two, it looks good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull out somebody else. Gamer vs. Miles. Excuse me. I took his hand off because I was going to use his hand for something else here. But there it is. I'm going to use his Venom Sting hand on him. But there's how tall he is. Look at that. Just wow, right? And the Gamerverse has a different style. You know, he has the little stripe on his boot. He doesn't have any of that. It's just smooth, just all black. And those other Miles Morales figures that are going to be coming out pretty soon, I'm getting some of those. It's the same thing. I mean, you really can't really mess up Miles Morales. You really can't. Unless, you know, I mean, as far as the lower part of his body is concerned. The top part, I mean, how he first got his suit, his actual official suit, it was just basic. Not, you know, just all black down there and then just got this red on the black. Looks cool. You know, it looks all right. When I first saw it, I'm like, man, okay, I guess that's what you want to work with. But there you go. But as I said, it's great paint apps. It looks really nice. Everything about this looks really good. I don't see any issues with this at all. The articulation is actually on point. It really is. Because, like I said, he rivals the Maximum Spider a bit. You know? I mean, you've got how flexible he is in this department. How flexible he is when this department. Look at that. It's not an ugly bend either. Look at that. Look how far forward he can look. How he can bend. And then backwards. Boom. It's not that big of a gap, so you don't really have to have it that big. But if he was swinging throughout, let's get a whip hand here. Matter of fact, before we do that, let's have him holding his. No, let's have him hold his comic book later on. Let's get the whipping hand. And so he's swinging through the air like that. Take this. Let's look at his face first. His face, I'm not sure what to say about his face. His face looks okay. I can't say that, oh, that's how he looked in the comics. I mean, it's just, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. Put his face on somebody else's body and nobody will know the difference. Oh, is that Miles Morales? I don't know. Maybe. If you want him to be. All right. So he's swinging through the air. He can go this far back. See that? That's really nice. So let's have this going. He's doesn't have any toe articulation, but he can do that, and that's just nice, just fine. And there he is swinging, and he's just kind of, there you go, something like that. Maybe he's doing a little swing like this. But this right here is what I'm talking about. How he can go this far is really nice. Like I said, that rivals the Maximum Profit Spider-Man, because not many can do that. And this butterfly joint is really messing with me right now. I don't know, just because it's stiff, because it's new out the box. But look how far back he can go. Look at that. Look how far back that can go. He's got some good range of motion, man. Really cool. So he's just doing his spider thing. So he having some cool poses, man. Really cool poses. So there it is. He's like swinging. He was holding onto the wall, maybe holding onto the wall or something like that, maybe. Let's see how we can get this going. Just move this a little bit to there. And so he's kind of holding on to the wall like that. And then just swinging off. Right? Off into the sunset, whatever. But that's nice. I like the articulation on this thing. He is really good, man, with the whole shin swivel, the double jointed knees, the pivot, the how his foot moves back and forth, the head moving back and forth. I would do a crouching pose, but it doesn't really work out for this guy. I tried it already. It's not that great. Matter of fact, let's see. I mean, one thing I was able to do is, nice little squat pose. Little deep squat. In case you didn't know, deep squatting is very good for you, for mobility and hip mobility and overall health. It's a natural thing that we do. So he's got the whole deep squat going. It's not as deep as it could be, because a deep squat is like this. And let's see if we can kind of get his feet to kind of see if he had the arch. If he had the articulation in his toes, it could really work. But there's a deep squat if you want him to. He can't really stand in the deep squat. Okay, that looks weird. That looks really weird now. So, yeah, you can't get in a deep squat, but there it is. But the crouching one is where, arms are inside, and he's just trying to do whatever and look forward. There it is. So maybe you just kind of do it this way and have him like that. Maybe. That doesn't even look that good either. But anyway, you can still get him in something good. He's just got to finagle it with his feet, because he doesn't do that much. But that right there is even good. Just have him perched on something. Matter of fact, I brought another box out here. Maybe he can kind of perch on this box there. Something like that. Trying to make it look similar to how it was back in the day when Spider-Man was jumping onto that whole Marvel logo, or those words from Muppet Babies and all the other different shows that we used to watch back in the day. But you can have some fun with this. Really cool. And move it up some bit. There you go. Maybe up, forward. There. Something like that. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But you can have fun with this. That's what all I'm saying. He has the articulation to produce fun and good ideas for good poses. And that's all good. That's how it's supposed to be. So Hasbro did a good job on this one, making him as articulate as he is, despite his size. I think he goes well, because if he was posed with anybody else or next to anybody else, he would definitely need to look smaller. Miles Morales should not be that tall. Is that a drop down hip? I'm trying to figure out if that was or not, because it's messing with me a little bit. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put on that other hand I was talking about. Just going to move this out the way. Now let's put this on. This is bigger, way bigger. But if you're just trying to get a nice photo or have him look like, he's doing something in the distance, there it is. So he has the Venom Sting hand. As you can see, it's way bigger than his hand. Way bigger. Right? Way bigger. I mean, it's not that much bigger, but you can definitely tell. It has more girth, and the fingers are definitely fatter. Right? But you can't really tell from afar. Looks good. So he can be, doing whatever. Web swinging, and all of a sudden he just gets on top, and he's just about to attack somebody, and boom. He is How are we gonna do this? Something crazy like that. Yeah. And he just ready to sting somebody. I don't know. But I like that. It's a good option. All right, let's go and take that off of him. And one thing I don't like is that he only has one item holding hand. And that is the item holding hand to hold the book. He can only hold it in his left hand. I was thinking maybe this could do something, but it can't, right? It's just, you got to hold the book right like this. So he's going to hold the book looking like he is about to read it himself. Let's get the other hand in. There we go. Put this down. And he can look like he's about to read it himself. Boom. And of course his hands are a little gummy. His fingers are gummy, so you got to squeeze it into his hand so he can hold it. And there he is. So he's like this. Hey. Or maybe he's holding it like this as he's trying to read it. You know? Or maybe he can be sitting down reading it like this. Reading his own book, seeing if they got him right. Like it's an autobiography or something. Or a biography. Like, let's see if they got my stuff right. See if they printed what I said correctly. If they quoted me right. And so there he is. He's reading his own book. Or he can be advertising it. Showing you, hey, check out my book. The first time I was called Spider-Man. In my own book. Where they didn't... Well, they did still give him some heat in this book about being the other Spider-Man. But still, there he is. Now, there you go. Ultimate Spider-Man. Advertising his book. Boom. And I was thinking about using some of these. Like having this possibly in the background or having him hold one of these. But he doesn't have the hand to hold it, really. So it's just weird. I can't really get him to hold it. It would just have to be just sitting... somewhere else, and I don't know. I'll make use of these somehow, some way. Right? You can get these at GameStop. They have like buy one get one half off or something like that. There's 3, and then there's a mystery one in the pack. I don't know what it is. I don't know which one it is, but I thought this is the better one to get. It's the better one. So there we go. But there we go. Miles Morales, everybody. Spin, as I like to call him. All right. That's the end of the video. I appreciate you watching if you watched the entire thing. Cool figure. You can get it at Amazon. So I don't even need to show you a barcode. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. Let me show you the barcode just in case. Just in case. There you go. So have fun with that. See if you can find it in your local Target. See if they have it in the back somewhere. And ask them nicely. Could you scan this and see if you have it? Oh, yeah, we got 3 of these in the back. Please, may I have one? Which one are you looking for? Go ahead and give me the Ultimate Miles. And there you have it. And it might show up with the other ones. It might show up with ROM. It might show up with, what is it? Ultimate Iron Man, Adam Warlock. Who knows? Maybe that weird Dakin character. It could be any of those. So just ask them and see what happens. But I'm telling you now, you can get it from Amazon. 1-day shipping. And that's how I got this. So, Ultimate Spider-Man, everybody. Miles Morales, a.k.a. Spin. Have fun collecting, folks. Because collecting is fun. Later days.
Sing.